Now, this is exciting to hear some good news on the injury front for Niko Mikkola. I've got an update there, as well as an update on Matthew Tkachuk and what line he will appear on tonight, going up against Mark Scheifele and the Winnipeg Jets, where we unfortunately haven't won a game yet at Paul Maurice at the helm. We'll be talking about that in just a minute, giving a little preview of that game this evening. It's a big 2 points hanging in the balance. Cats are going to need this one to stay in the wild card hunt. Guys, thank you for joining me on this episode of Panthers Digest. Here we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It'll be pretty quick. So, injury report right now. Niko Mikkola is not on it. He will be playing tonight. That update happened yesterday. I'm sure some of you are probably aware of that. So, dodging a massive bullet there in terms of having another guy possibly out for some time. As for Brad Marchand, you could see his timetable for return is a couple of days away. The coaching staff keeps saying, Paul Maurice keeps saying, oh, listen, he's close. He said that he feels like he's skating better and feeling better when he gets back into practice. But I mean, who knows? The guy's 37 years old. Do you want to rush him back? I know we need to try to win a lot of these games before we have the break for the Olympics. And maybe with Tkachuk being back, Mikkola in the lineup now. I know Jones, on the other hand, unfortunately, you could see there that he's going to be out till after the Olympics along with Jonah Gadjevich. But hey, I would say this. If we could stick around, as I said in the other video the other day, about 4 points out, 5 points out of that wild card standing, we're going to be okay. Before I get into the rest of the Panthers news, this video is brought to you by Kalshi. Download Kalshi using the link in the description below and enter this code DIGESTNHL. You get $20 when you trade your first 100. Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the United States, and the best part is, if you live in California, Texas, or right here in Florida, it is live in all 50 states, guys. That's right. And for you sports fans out there, it's not just about trading on game outcomes, player performances, or playoff chances. There's more than one way in one single game that you can trade. You can do it on assists, goals, rebounds, touchdowns, points, anything, all on a regulated market and cash out whenever you want, guys. Hey, I still like the Panthers' chances to win the Atlantic Division. If I trade $50 for them to win, and they do, I make over $700 when I cash out. As for the Super Bowl, I like the Rams' chances to win. If I trade $100 for them to win, I cash out with over $350. So, if you guys are big buffs for sports and news and you got a big brain for it, this is a great way for you to use that knowledge. You can close out your positions whenever you want. So download Kalshi using the link below and put this code in there, DIGESTNHL, and you get a $20 bonus. I'd like to thank Kalshi for sponsoring this video. Coming back from the Olympic break, Matthew Tkachuk's already said, yeah, we need some points big time. We got to go on some winning streaks. He knows that. The whole club knows that. So I'm going to look for them to start playing some pretty serious hockey, keep their pace of play much higher. I think the energy level is going to be there. With a lot of these guys coming off of injury, yeah, they might have a little bit of that exhaustion there, but I don't think it's going to hit them that hard. Once they're on the ice and that adrenaline's flowing, yeah, they'll probably get a little winded a little quicker, but they're more rested than most of the players in the NHL. So let's keep moving forward. Like I said, Jones, not going to be back, out for the Olympics. Kind of good news for the Panthers. One more guy you don't have to worry about possibly facing some sort of, well, I'm not going to really say it. We all know what happened in the Four Nations Cup last year with Matthew Tkachuk. So crossing our fingers, everybody stays healthy. But as we keep moving forward, Brad Marchand should be back any day now. Paul Maurice has said maybe on this road trip, maybe when they come back, who knows. But it's been a nagging injury that has lasted considerably longer than I think we've all believed he was going to be out for. So, Mikkola back, Tkachuk on the second line, which is going to be great. So he's playing with Carter Verhaeghe and Sam Bennett. So that line should be great. And the first line is going to be Reinhart, Lundell, and Luostarinen. I'll show you the lines in just a moment. So moving on to the game tonight, the Jets in their last 5 are 3-2, as we are 3-2, coming off that big-time loss to San Jose. But man, what a fight between the goaltenders. That was pretty entertaining towards the end of that game. Cats kind of needed that boost, and let's hope they can kind of feed off of that energy going into this one. I do not know 100% who the goaltenders would be, but I think it's going to be Hellebuyck and Bobrovsky. That would be my guess, especially because, the Jets have not had a great season this year. They started off great. They were 9-3-0 to begin the season. but they have not been that great since that time. They are 15, 22, and 5. That's when they were on January 8th. That means they were 6, 19, and 5 after that 9-3-0 run. So not great. And they won the President's Trophy last year. I think we all remember that. 116 points, 56, 22, and 4. So not a great year for them. Panthers, we already know where we stand. We are 0-3-0 since Paul Maurice has become the head coach, and we visited his old Winnipeg Jets. We're 0-3-0, and we've been outscored 14-5. So hopefully we can change that up, give Paul Maurice his first win going against his old team, but we will see. So let's keep rocking and rolling here. Team stats, pretty straightforward, guys. The Cats it's pretty even for goals for, goals against. We are about 1/4 of a goal worse for goals against. We have more shots for, less shots against. Penalty minutes, obviously, we're one of the most penalized teams in the league. Power play goals, we're a little bit better. We have more chances than they do. Our penalty kill is better than theirs. So I would say we have the advantage. However, we just don't seem to play well in Winnipeg. So I'm not going to say that, hey, we're going to walk away with this one pretty easily. I don't see that. And Mark Scheifele is a very, very good player, and he always seems to have our number. I believe last game, or one of the games in the last 3 that we played against them in Winnipeg, he had a hat trick. So got to have eyes on him tonight. And here are the numbers. Like I said, he is their best player on their team right now with 25 goals and 36 assists. So 61 points. He's got 7 power play goals, 7 power play assists. And he's got quite the supporting cast too. Not a bad group of guys out there, but I think with Matthew Tkachuk being back, the Cats are going to have a little more of an advantage, and having Mikkola out there for that second defensive pairing, they're going to look for him to step up his game. I think he's going to come out, be fine, and Matthew Tkachuk should bring that energy, and I love him being right next to Bennett. I think those two guys are going to really try to get in the heads of the opposition. So look for that. Look for some scrumming after the whistles, face washing, all that kind of stuff, pushing, shoving, everything that we know so well between Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett when they're on the ice, especially together. I hope we see a lot of it tonight because that will be the key for us to win. Physical style of play, guys. Got to be faster, got to be smarter, but we got to throw the body around. I don't think we did enough of that against the Sharks. So keep rolling. Here we are, goaltender comparison. Not sure who's going to be in net yet, but we already know Hellebuyck is a phenomenal goaltender. Bobrovsky's had a good season. You can see the numbers there are obviously a little bit more lopsided in terms of the favor of Hellebuyck. Do I think that one goaltender is supremely higher and better than the other? No. I say it's more of a push because Bob still makes some absolutely unbelievable, almost improbable saves at times. But Hellebuyck can do the same thing. We just need our defense to skate well in front of Bob and do a better job of holding the puck in the corners, controlling it in the defensive third, and not give the Winnipeg Jets the time to set up, move the puck around, hit the tape, going tape to tape from player to player. We can't let that happen. We have to really disrupt those passing lanes and those shooting lanes and not let the puck get anywhere near Bob, especially push guys out of the crease. Got to be physical, like I just said. So here are the lines for tonight, guys. Verhaeghe, Bennett, Tkachuk on that second line. It's going to be awesome. Lustrane, Lundell, and Reinhart. Samo, Erod, and Greer on the third, and the fourth line is going to be Vilmanis, Cunnin, and Boquist. Gustav Forsling, Ekblad, Mikkola Balinskis, Bjornfoot, and Petrie for your defensive pairings. Pretty straightforward for what we already know, guys. Still waiting for everyone to come off of injury reserve. Lots of questions remain ahead in terms of who is going to go, who's going to be sent down, who are we going to possibly trade, trying to find ways to clear the cap. But that is the expected lineup for tonight's game against the Jets. Here are the standings for the wild card right now. We are 5 points out of that last wild card spot behind the Boston Bruins. They have 58 points. We have 53. Super tight race still. Just 10 points from last place, that are New York Rangers, to that wild card position. So, we got to win tonight. We want to make sure, because the Boston Bruins, Buffalo Sabres, it feels like every time we win, the other teams win, or they at least get a point. I know somebody wrote that in my video yesterday for a comment. So we need to just get on a win streak, hope these other teams can lose a couple in a row, and we're really right in this, just a point or two out of that wild card spot. So let's cross our fingers. That is what will happen on this road trip. So let's keep getting to the end of this here, guys. I do appreciate all of you. Just a few last little bits and pieces of numbers here to go over for you guys. So the last 10 games, the Jets are 5-3-2, averaging 3.4 goals, 6 assists, 2.9 penalties, 6.6 penalty minutes, and give up only 2.8 goals per game. As for the Cats, we're 4-5-1, averaging 2.2 goals, 3.2 assists, 4.9 penalties, and 12.8 penalty minutes, and give up 3.5 goals per game. Not the best numbers for the Cats, but I think that's going to be a big change with Matthew Tkachuk out there and that second line being as dangerous as they're going to be. And then watch out when Marchand does come back. How are things going to look? It's going to be crazy to see where they're going to start putting players for that first line, second line, and third line. Because where are you going to put Marchand? You're going to put him with that Samoskevich line, or are you going to try to throw him back with Lundell and Lustrinen? So a lot of questions to be asked. But anyways, that's it for this episode of Panthers Digest. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, ask questions. And I will have another video coming out probably tomorrow to do a little post-game talk here, maybe updates on Marchand, so on and so forth with the Florida Panthers. And I'll give you dates as well as when I'm doing a live watch of a game, and you guys can watch with me. You can kind of hear the comments I have. You can comment live while I'm watching the game, and I will answer your questions if you have any. So stay tuned for that as well. But guys, thank you again all so much. Big game tonight. Let's hope they can pull this one out. Go Cats.